What's up, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 14 of albums that are 10 years old in 2025. We're looking back to 2015, taking a look at all the albums released in that year, picking out our 15 favorites as we do the second half of April here. We started in 2005, now we're in 2015. And for pick number 14 today, this happens to be the seventh studio album by this American band. It was released on June 2nd, 2015, recorded at Bridge Studios in Los Angeles, California, Travis Dickerson Studios in Chatsworth, and finished up at Clear Lake Audio in Burbank, California. Produced by Joey Vera for Metal Blade Records. I'm talking about Win, Hands Down by the mighty Armored Saint. Yes, it's still the March of the Saint, people. You know, when this album first came out, I proudly proclaimed in my review on the webzine and probably here on the channel as well, because I know I definitely reviewed it here, that this is the strongest Armored Saint album since their probably late 80s, early 90s releases. I still think that. It's very, very good. Was listening to it this morning. Hadn't heard it in a bit. I mean, you know, I pop this one in every so often, but it's probably been at least a year since I've heard this, and I was like, wow, this is just as good as I remember it. And it's especially front-loaded, all right? This is one of those albums that probably, even though it's not an extremely long album, this is probably one of those albums that when Martin Popoff and I did that kind of front-loaded episode of more recent CDs, this might have been a contender there. And it's not like the back half is bad at all. It's not. But it's just so strong right out of the gate that, it's hard not to be kind of a tad disappointed with the last few songs just because it starts off so strong. So what do we have as far as the lineup here? Of course, the great John Bush on lead vocals. The Sandoval brothers, Phil Sandoval on guitar, Gonzo Sandoval on drums, Jeff Duncan on guitar, and Joey Vera, of course, who also produced the album, on bass and backing vocals. Of course, Joey has long done double duty, right? Also bass player for Fate's Warning as well. There is guest vocals on one track from Pearl A Day on the song With a Full Head of Steam, which is a very cool track. So what do we have on this particular album? So like I mentioned, it's pretty front-loaded. It starts off with a bang. So the title track, Win, Hands Down, kicks things off. You know, Armored Saint are a metal band, yes, but they've always been one of the more melodic, and their style, and maybe it has a lot to do with John Bush's vocal style, but their music has this kind of emotion going through it. It's very powerful. It's very kind of like almost like macho in spots, but he's got this way of emoting, and their songs have this like kind of presence and moodiness, I think, that separate them from a lot of other bands, right? Because they're definitely, it's like, and some of their stuff is more like hard rock, but it's metal, because there's a lot of chugging riffs and things. A lot of the elements of what we consider as metal is always been throughout the music of Armored Saint. But like I said, they're very, very melodic, always have been. Win, Hands Down, the title track is great. My favorite song on the album is Mess, which is the second track. That's mean and gnarly and heavy and groovy, and John has this venomous vocal delivery on this one, talking about like how, you know, the human race has gotten ourselves into a big mess, you know, and everybody's got their own messes, right? It's just it's a killer track, and it's a very relevant track to kind of life nowadays, right? So yeah, absolutely love Mess. Then you got An Exercise in Debauchery. Another killer track. They did a video for that, which is actually lots of fun. Heavy, straightforward metal ripper, really, really good. Muscle Memory is also terrific. Again, that kind of moodiness permeates that song, but it's got great riffs, sizzling lead guitar work on this entire album from both dudes on here. Really, really good. That was then, Way Back When. That's a pretty good track, but then With a Full Head of Steam, like I mentioned, that's got the guest vocal in it, and that's a really, really good song. Really good song. Great hook on the chorus, but exciting, fast-paced metal. Really like it a lot. So here we come towards the back end of the album, right? So the album is about 51 minutes long. You know, In an Instant, that's pretty good. Little mellower, a little more moody. It's just under 8 minutes long, so it's kind of long. But, you know, they build it up nicely. Then you got Dive. Dive is a pretty mellow, kind of dreamy little track, kind of not indicative of what the rest of the album is like. It's probably my least favorite song on here, but it's okay for what it is. Good vocal performance from John. And then the last track, Up Yours, again, another kind of moody, kind of plodding metal track. Not very fast, but still pretty good. I like it. But to me, the album dips a little bit at the end. But man, the first 6 songs are all fantastic, really, really good. And like I said, it doesn't get much better than Win Hands Down, Mess, and Exercise and Debauchery and Muscle Memory to kind of start the album, man. Just so good. And let's see, do we have any? Let's see if we got a picture of the band today that I can share with you from the booklets. I don't remember. Not really, folks. I mean, they're here, but it's hard to recognize them, right? So, but anyway, yeah, great return to form from Armored Saint. It was their first album in quite a number of years, and I believe they've been working on some new material, which will be good to hear. So we'll see what the immediate future brings for the great Armored Saint. As far as charts go, we got a few. Belgium over in the Flanders charts, 119. Belgium on the Wallonia charts, 94. Germany, this made it to number 33. Swiss charts, number 84. U.S. Billboard Top 200, 183. And then all these various U.S. Billboard charts. The top album sales, number 77. Top hard rock albums, number 3. And top rock albums, I don't know. Yeah, so there's top albums and top rock albums, number 15 for rock albums, but 77 overall for albums, but 3 hard rock albums. Where's the metal? Where's the, it's like, it's got to have a chart for everything, I guess, right? So, whatever. And as far as, is there anything else I got to say on here? I don't think so. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, it's a good one. I like this one a lot. Had to make my list. So, it was nice to revisit this once again. So, Win Hands Down by Armored Saint. Let us know what you think of this pile driver of an album down in the comments below. But list your pick more importantly, and we'll see you tomorrow for pick number 13. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options, all down below. Thanks to everybody who does support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. We'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Tune in tonight for The Monsters Den. We're going back to Hammer Films, taking a look at the 4 Mummy films that they produced, and we're going to rank and talk about all 4 of them. So that's coming up on The Monsters Den. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.